Now what I tried to do is engage launch control and then turn traction control off by pressing this button. Let's see what happens. Hey everybody, Brooks from Jack Times here. Welcome back to the channel. The weather is finally changing here in South Florida. And today I'm gonna give my Lamborghini Huracan Tecnica some more testing in some better weather. So in a previous video you saw spinning like crazy, both in first and second gear. So weather's that was about 90 something degrees when we tested last. Now it's like low 70s. The DA is like, I think it's about 600 or 700. So I'm expecting some better top end on the Huracan for sure, better mile an hour, better 6130s. Now for the quarter mile times, I'm not too sure because obviously if it's colder out, you know, the car might not hook as well being rear wheel drive. So nevertheless, let's jump in and give it some tries. I also have a special hack to show you how to get way better times out of the Huracan Tecnica. Let's cross our fingers for a decent launch here and see what we get. Corsa mode, engaged, everything. Launch control and go. All right, let's give it a try again. I'm gonna try and launch a little lower RPM, so catch it on the upswing, see if we can get a little better traction. Nope. All right, so now at this point, I'm getting kind of frustrated. Yes, the 6130 dropped from 7.4 down to 7 flat, and the 100 to 150 dropped as well, but I'm spinning like crazy. First, and even in the second gear, the car's almost out of control. So what I wanted to do is see if I could launch with traction control on to help the car out. So with most other cars, when you launch the car, you can actually leave traction control on or don't take it all the way off. This is true in the Ferrari and the McLaren 765LT, as well as some other cars. However, the Huracan, you have to have traction completely off to launch the car. So when you drop down into Corsa mode and you hit ESC off, everything's completely off. There is no traction control at all, and that's really holding back the car. So what I tried to do was, well, you can't even engage launch control if you don't have ESC off. See, it doesn't do anything. It tries to move and it will not launch. However, when you turn traction control off, now when you can launch the car. Now what I tried to do is engage launch control and then turn traction control off by pressing this button. Let's see what happens. Engage launch control. And it just farts out and doesn't do anything. So that didn't work. Now my next attempt was to try and trick the car into turning traction control off during the quarter mile pass, was to turn traction control off after actually launching the car. So basically, engage launch control, and then as soon as I launch the car, hit this button to turn traction control back on to help the car get better traction. And that worked, and we dropped the times considerably. Check it out. So I'm gonna aim the camera down so you can see what I'm doing in this case. So we are ESC off. We're ready for launch. I'm gonna hold my button on the ESC button, and then after I launch it, I'm gonna hit the button. Here we go. There you go. We went from 1094, which is what I got before in the crappier weather, to a 1081 at over 133 miles an hour by trying that. And I wasn't ready. I wasn't even sure it was going to work. So I wanted to come around and give it another try to see if we can do even better. All right, so wow, there you go. That method works. It picked up mile an hour on the 8th as well. We trapped 107 in the 8th and a 133.5 in the quarter with a 1073 on the street, spinning, as you can see, quite a bit. And there you go. I think that's a record for a rear-wheel drive Huracan on the street. Super impressed with those results. Kind of gave up after that because I had done like 5 or 6 runs. I felt like the car was getting a little hot. I might take the car back out, try this method with a little cooler, when the car's a little cooler, and I think we might get even better. So you can see just by watching the draggy videos, what's happening is it's not spinning at the very top of first gear so much, and when it hits second gear, it dead hooks. And I think that big second gear slide and spin is really, really killing those quarter-mile times. And of course, even with this method, you can see that the car still bogs and spins in first gear and really isn't a great launch, even though it did 0 to 60 in 3.1, and with the rollout, it actually dipped into the 2s. However, at the drag strip where we can really get this car to hook, I think this car definitely will run much better. In a couple weeks, we're taking it to the track, and I think we're gonna get a 10.5 out of this car. I think it'll almost match what the all-wheel drive Huracans do at the track. So there you go, 10.7 on the street in the Huracan Tecnica. Super impressed, although it did require a little bit of experimenting and hacking. So how to hack your launch control on the Huracan, I'm sure this works on other rear-wheel drive Huracans as well, so you can give it a try in your car. Unfortunately, we will not have the Huracan Tecnica for too long because I got word that my Lamborghini Revuelto is being built in November, December, and we could expect that car January, February, and that is gonna be an incredible car to have on the channel. As always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up, helps the video on the channel, and we'll see you next video. All right, here we go. Sport Plus mode, we're gonna do launch control and the Cayenne Turbo GT, and let's see what this car is all about. We are in Sport Plus. Launch control, revving up. Go. Oh, jeez, this thing's moving. Holy crap. It's got a great launch. Here we go. Wow. That thing launches great. Woof.